don't be naughty this year. If you're naughty, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take a shit in your stocking.
Hey everyone, season's greetings. It is an extreme rarity that I should encounter an 80s horror film that I've actually never seen before. But recently Cody Leach did a ranking list of all the Silent Night, Deadly Night movies, and it just occurred to me. I mean, I've seen parts of the second one. I mean, who could forget?
Carpet Day! Huh? No!
But I've never actually seen any of them all the way through. So I got the original on digital, and sit down, I'm really excited. And right from the opening of the movie, I'm like, holy shit, dude. It basically involves this kid and his baby brother. I mean, the baby is too young to like really understand anything that happens, but this kid, the older brother, basically watches both of his parents get murdered by a dude in a Santa suit on Christmas. And I mean, like the whole scene is just like so graphic and like traumatizing and shit. I know that there was a lot of controversy around this film in the early 80s. You know, there was a lot of satanic panic going on. I kind of get it a little bit, but like by today's standards, it's pretty tame. Just see Terrifier 3. Although I will say that the difference between Silent Night, Deadly Night, and Terrifier 3 is that Silent Night, Deadly Night deals with a lot of like potentially real dark topics. Oh my God, there's a Santa hat. As I was saying, whereas Terrifier 3 is really sort of like a fantastical idea about a demon. Actually, really, it's about good versus evil. It's an angel warrior who basically goes into the pits of hell to fight a demon. I mean, that's my interpretation of it so far. That seems to be what they're going for. This is more grounded. This is more like the darkness of the human soul kind of a thing. It really is kind of antithetical to Christmas in many ways. But I like horror movies. I love Christmas, but I love horror movies too. I would not consider this a Christmas movie. This is a horror movie that happens to take place on Christmas. And really, when you think about the fact that they've done Thanksgiving, obviously, April Fool's Day, Uncle Sam, I Want You Dead, there is a slasher film for almost every holiday that exists, so why not Christmas? I will say that I was a little bit jarred because this film was... you know, I was expecting something a little bit tamer, to be honest. And it's not to say that, like, oh my God, it's like the worst thing that I've ever seen, but it's like this movie gets like really dark. There's like some assaults in it. There's a lot of boobs, a lot of which are very gratuitous, you know, but that's just par for the course for an 80s slasher film. But the thing about Silent Night, Deadly Night is like, I was able to somewhat take it seriously. It does have a lot of good kills the way an early 80s slasher film should. I mean, the acting is pretty competent. The directing is pretty good. You know, it does veer into like the trashy sort of exploitation, you know, kind of area. But I mean, again, early 80s slasher film, they were all like that. And it has the same proper structure where there's either some sort of a prank gone wrong or a horrific accident or like, you know, an act of violence leaving some person really messed up, and then like years down the line they start killing the people that they perceive to be responsible. It's the proper 80s slasher formula. Stick a fork in it because it's well done. More so than your average 80s slasher, I would say. It is very well directed. There's a particular shot that I really like, you know, more towards the end of the film, where after the murderer kills a cop with the axe, like you see a close-up of the axe and like just blood drips from it, and he tilts it to the side, and then he just beheads a snowman because why not? Yeah, not a Christmas movie, but definitely a pretty solid slasher. I'm actually really shocked that I've made it this far in my life without actually watching it from beginning to end. I mean, there's some things in it that you can poke holes in. Like, again, there's a gratuitous amount of boobs in it, and there is, you know, towards the end of the movie when they accidentally shoot the wrong Santa. It's like the cop that arrives at the scene at the orphanage. You even see like the EMTs taking the body away. They've had time to examine the body, yada, yada. They found out it's not the right guy. excuse me. Why is it only this one cop that's still there protecting all these orphans and stuff like that? But, you know, again, if you're going to nitpick about shit like that, you could pick apart any brain dead slasher film from the early 80s, okay? Overall, I think that this was, it was above average for an 80s slasher film. It fits into that category very well. It's a very good representation. I do understand why it wasn't some people's cup of tea. I definitely understand why it freaked people out the time that it came out. But I, for one, actually, I found it to be pretty damn decent. All right, so that's my recommendation. I also hear that the remake that came out is really good. So I think that probably starting today, I'm going to try to get through the crappy second film. I hear that most of them are horrible. I've heard that the fifth one with the evil toy maker played by Mickey Rooney isn't that bad, but I have to make it through 3 sequels just to get to that one. So we'll see how I do. Maybe that'll be coming up in January or something like that. But yeah, guys, the original Silent Night, Deadly Night, it's not for the faint of heart. It deals with some very dark themes that I was genuinely kind of surprised they had at the time. You know, but good in its own right. And I do look forward to watching the other films. I hope that I at least get some like bad entertainment out of them. But yeah, have you guys seen the original? Have you seen the remake? Barring spoilers, let me know what you thought of either or. What did you guys think of the franchise? Yeah, let me know. All right. As always, thank you for watching. I appreciate your viewership. Consider subscribing if you're new to this channel. Merry Christmas. And that's all she wrote.